Now, in addition to the G7, President Joe Biden will participate in the third in-person Quad Leaders meeting with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio, and Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi. Now, along with sharing strategic assessments, the leaders will welcome new forms of Quad cooperation on secure digital technology, submarine cables, infrastructure capacity building, and maritime domain awareness.
Well, as you know, he's going to have that Quad meeting today, where he's going to be meeting with the leaders that he was going to have a sit down conversation with in Australia. So I think that'll be very important. You all will we'll see that at the top. It'll be a pool spray that we've all provided. So that conversation is going to continue, but here instead of Australia. That's how important the president believed it would be. I put out a statement on this just last night. Why the president wanted to do this, because he believed having that conversation, the Indo-Pacific is clearly incredibly important, and he wanted to meet with the leaders, and it's going to happen here. So I would, just make sure that we want to highlight that.
My colleague Arpit Jain joins me live on the broadcast. In fact, he is reporting from Tokyo. Thank you very much for taking the time out and giving us a quick sense of what one can expect when we're talking about the Quad meeting. In fact, Joe Biden has also said what is extremely important here is the Indo-Pacific meet. If you could talk to us about the key objectives that they will be able to establish.
Thank you for having me too. As you guys know, the main key objectives which they are discussing right now is essentially how to ensure security in the region. As we know, the Quad Summit is happening right now with Prime Minister Modi also participating. One of the key objectives which I believe is going to be discussed is how to ensure security in the region, especially with Russia-Ukraine war happening and Russia sharing a border with Japan. Also with Taiwan being next to Japan, it's a very important measure to ensure security in the region. The way India also plays its part is because of the global, consortium of countries which has become because of this Quad, with United States, Canada, Japan, India, Australia, all coming together and forming a unified stance against the adversary countries.
Arpit, just a quick follow-up question. As you speak about the key objectives and the larger perspective of things, it is extremely important to also focus on what Joe Biden said as well. In fact, the White House secretary did release that statement saying why he views this extremely important meeting as in a capacity of the Indo-Pacific region.
America's interest if peace prevails in the Asia region, especially at the Indo-Pacific. As we know that China has been becoming aggressive over the years, over time. And if there is peace in this region, only then America can sit still and basically they can focus on things that are important to them. This is exactly what President Biden also said when they mentioned about ensuring peace in this region.
Right, Arpit, thank you very much for joining us in the broadcast and getting us that ground report. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you as you have more inputs, but for the moment, we leave it to that. Thank you very much.